Hi, I want to give you some tips on storing words. I see all the time people ask, well, where should I store this? Well, it's never easy to figure out where to put things, but there's a couple of tricks I want you to know about. First one is if you can think of something related to it, like let's say, well, even before you do that, let's make sure the word's not already in there. So if you go to spell mode here, you'll see this purple one, and it says word finder. And then you could spell a word like lotion, and then hit find. And if it's not in there, it'll say, okay, it's not in there. So now you know you have to store that word in there. So now you might say to yourself, well, if lotion's not in there, are there words related to that? So you might store something like soap and then do find. And then you'll see that, oh, that one does exist. You can even touch this to see where it is. And it says it starts with the bathtub, which makes sense. Think of soap and shampoo and things coming from there. And then it goes up here to toiletries. And then you could, gives you all your different toiletries. Of course, soap is here. Soap. And that would tell you if you're adding lotion, you'd probably do it here, plus toiletries. If you kept the pattern going, it ends up being the elephants right here. So that works really well for me because the elephants are scaly and they need lotion. So I just quickly look at that. Now that part I just did, if that's overwhelming for you, you think that's just crazy, don't worry about it, but it doesn't hurt. It's like this extra help helping you learn that you don't have to use if you don't want to. Because remember, it's going to change to a real picture of a bottle of lotion. Let's do another word. Let's say you have a kid who wants the local restaurants in there. So you'd say, well, you went to your word finder and you tried storing McDonald's and finding McDonald's and it's not there, and you tried Arby's and it's not there, and you think, well, what is it? Those are restaurants, are places we go. So then I could start those with this symbol where it says go. When you touch that go, notice that you have almost a blank screen, which is really nice. You get pool and school and grocery store and mall, and then you get buildings, which takes you to another category. And I can tell that because this one's all capitalized, so I can tell it's going to go somewhere. But what I like you to do is take this extra time when you hit the go to think, now where would I store Sonic? And since I have an almost empty screen down here, it makes it really easy to store in one of these locations. Now, when I think of Sonic, I think of their drinks, a Sonic cold drink, all those slushies and things. So I'm going to look, and drink is 3 over. So now when I hit go, I could go 3 over and I could store Sonic right there. Maybe I wanted to store Wendy's in there. And I could say, I love Wendy's. I love eating there. So I could look here and do eat. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one over. So now I could hit go, and then where eat was, I could store the message, Wendy's in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and store Sonic because I know you all know how to store, but I'm more wanting you to do this for think about where to put it. Now, when you look at locations, when I hit like the feel where the feelings come from, this is a very busy screen, but if I was, and you remember the second row is always empty for you to store, there's only 2 icons, that rule doesn't follow. But anytime you hit something like eat, the second row is empty for you to store their favorite things in there. Or if you store drink, the first 5 buttons or so are always empty for you to store their favorites in there. But you also have all these other empty locations that you can use. You always want to look for 2 things. Is there a relationship between the icon, and is there also is a visual conceptually an easy icon to locate? So if I hit drink, I just happen to notice that this corner is empty. This would be a prime location for a favorite drink because it is really easy to find. So I love gin. So when I hit the drink and gin makes me tired, I could go to gin in the corner. Now, I apologize if you're offended by my alcohol beverage there. But anyway, you get the idea. If you really love, before you go to bed, you really like getting a warm glass of milk, milk's already in there, so I wouldn't move it because when you hit here, the milk comes right here because your body parts helps your bones. They used to tell us that anyway. So now you can see there's this extra little tip I'm giving you about looking for visual perceptually, where is it easiest to find, where is it the motor plan most unique, and can I quickly come up with an association to that second icon. And it's nothing you have to do because it's going to change to a real picture. So when I hit the go and I want to change the drink, I could import a picture of Sonic in there if I wanted to, but I would still be using the spot where a drink is. It gives me the advantage of seeing the sequence before I begin. The place I like to go get a drink is Sonic, and I can see that sequence before I begin. I want some of you who are helping the children to model and just take your finger and hover and say, remember, it's to go where we get drinks is Sonic. So I'll just do the steps quickly. This was more of a theory why we store things where we do than the steps. But here it is for those of you who might want to not know how to store yet. You hit the go, or whatever button you want to start with. You see the blank location where you're going to want to put it. So I already counted 1, 2, 3, 4 over. So I hit go. Now I can see the fourth one over is empty. It has to be an empty spot before you do the next step. Now I go up here and I hit menu. I hit edit page. I touch the fourth one over on the bottom row. I say create a new button. And I just start at the do the label first. If you start there, it really makes it easy. And I'm going to do capital, take that cap off, Sonic, and then it already puts the message in for you, which is nice. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to say select an image. And then I just hit that magnifying glass. And again, there's no Sonic in there now, but you could take a picture of one or import a picture, but I'm going to do drink just to see if what kind of drinks I get. Maybe I don't like that. Maybe I want to try something different. Maybe I think of them more as ice cream or something. And the less you spell, the more options you get. So maybe I think of Sonic more as, this one works for me anyway. And you see that part, you just got to play around. So then I get that fruit drink with my Sonic. So now when I say done,
Sonic.
Now from now on, the place I like to go get a drink is
Sonic.
And it's really visual perceptually. It's easy. It's isolated. It's a unique motor plan, and I have a relationship to the icon, the original icon. Anyway, I hope that helps when you're storing words. Just spend a little extra time making an association to the second icon or third icon. Space things apart when you can to make the motor plan and the visual perceptual skills a little easier for the person. I'm going to throw one more tip in here, and I really shouldn't. I'll just leave it at this. This is the tip of the day. I'll stop it here and do another video for what I was about to go to. I hope that really does help you. Let us know how to make this work better for your students and adults. I always say students, and I mean students and adults.